The arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
Oh, is that your warm-up for today?
Oh, wait, are we starting? Shit,
Yeah,
I'm still doing my
starting.
vocal warm-ups.
Don't you hear the music?
I was still prepping.
Too late.
Oh, no.
Welcome to
the
Headlines.
octopus. Gotta get it in.
Welcome to Headlines and Shenanigans number 11, everyone. Number 11, the last Headlines and Shenanigans of this summer.
Of summer 2023,
Of summer
baby.
2023. It's quite an event.
Big summer blowout, y'all.
That's right. It's like a Toyota-thon or something.
I kept thinking of the guy from Frozen, Olaf, and Olaf's the big
yeah.
guy. He's just
Yeah.
like, ooh, big summer blowout, y'all.
Yeah, that runs the shop.
Yes. Big summer blowout, last one, yeah. Last one of the summer, big summer blowout.
That's right. This is a big summer blowout for Headlines and Shenanigans, and we'll be back in roughly, 2 weeks?
Something like that.
Yeah, about 2 weeks for regular scheduled programming here on TCG proper. I'm excited to get back. We got some cults coming up. September 6th, we will be back with new episodes on YouTube and the whole shebang.
I'm ready to get back on camera. Ready to get back on those YouTube vibes.
I know, man. We got to get some more TikTok clips too. Then my daughter can chop up and make us look like idiots on there.
That way we can finally get in
easy.
touch with the kids and the youths.
Yeah, the kids.
All those youths on TikTok. we gotta grow our audience in the youths.
Yeah, that's
With
right.
the youths.
Without the youths, you got no future.
Without the youths. These youths,
All
they
right,
are our
guys.
future.
But yeah, so we'll be back with, I think we're going to kick it off with the Tony Alamo cult. So don't look into that, actually. Don't even look into it. Just let us tell you about it. Nah. Or you can look into it and have a little bit of reference for all of our stupid jokes and shenanigans that we have there.
And if you want to call him Alamo, that's probably what we're going to say a few times too. It
is so hard not to say that, right?
It's so hard not to. I was very, very tempted to show you the other day. Me and Megan, we stopped by a flea market and we saw some bedazzled denim jackets for sale.
Yeah? How many did you buy?
I was so tempted to ask. I was like, so is there a story behind these denims? I just wanted to just find one guy.
This airbrush work, is it custom?
Is this, you got any pamphlets to go with these?
You know they do, man.
Oh, I bet that he was just waiting. He was like, oh, please ask me about the pamphlets. Please ask me about the pamphlets.
How much were they, if you don't mind me asking?
I didn't ask. I took a picture of one. It was like a Blink-182 and then a Guns N' Roses.
Well, what about the one you're wearing today? Where did...
Oh, I do actually have to talk. Well, no, Michael, you don't need to talk about this. This is.
I don't.
I did not use the company credit card for this lovely piece of denim artwork.
Okay, great. Too bad we're not on video, so no one can see this.
Oh, no.
This lovely bedazzled denim that you're wearing.
It's tight. It's tight.
But yeah, totally off the course of bedazzled denim. We got to talk about Rex Heuermann.
We are going to talk a little bit more
Unfortunately.
about Rex Heuermann. Like I said,
think we can, if nothing else, I think we can settle the height debate. I think he is 6'6" at least.
Definitely not.
He's a giant.
He's definitely not a tall 5'7".
No, he's not a tall 5'7". He's not a tall 5'7".
They saw him get paraded into the courtroom by a little gaggle of police officers around him. He's about 6 inches taller than everybody around him. Like you walking into him like Shrek. You're all walking him in there, kind of like with the where they used to hold like the wild animals, like the big stick with the
the noose around the
how they hold like trap a wild animal thing. Got that big noose on a stick.
Yeah, it's like zips tight.
Yeah, how the animal control brings them in.
They got one on each limb. Yeah,
they're very ogre-like. It's like
he was biting at him.
Very
and stuff. It was
ogre-like.
crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, he did have his first formal court appearance where he was requested and required by a judge to submit a DNA cheek swab.
Okay.
So they need to tie his DNA not only to these several cases in Long Island, but also the multiple cases that have been reopened in areas like Las Vegas.
Yes.
I think I saw where there was, 3 victims they're looking at in Las Vegas right now that were all working as sex workers.
Weren't there some crimes in Amityville as well?
Well, I think that's where his storage locker was. No, his storage locker was in Amityville.
Yes.
But I haven't seen any crimes in Amityville.
That's how they're tying him to Amityville, but there's some nefarious things going on there as well.
I have not seen the Amityville ones. I know I did see some people getting interviewed near his South Carolina property.
That's
people
right.
near his brother's property as well.
Yeah.
But
that's where he was allegedly going to retire.
Yeah, that's where he was allegedly about to set up
thanks,
shop.
buddy. We already got a Todd Colehep over there.
No, we don't need you down here.
We're good.
We already got gators in South Carolina. There's enough dangerous things in South Carolina.
Get.
But like they did think that he is. They need to tie him to these multiple cases, and several people have said like they're very confident that he is their subject. They need to call him like whatever they need to call him. They need to get this man's DNA to scan it through multiple different databases.
Right.
And they're confident
have they not
enough.
Done that already? I mean, they have a sample that they're pretty sure that they're 100% sure is his DNA that they've already ran off the stuff that they got out of the trash can.
Yeah.
Right. But now this is like. No doubt in our minds, we took this sample from him. It's on camera. Yeah, it's all been recorded.
I think there needs to be some sort of maybe that's like a percentage match or something to the DNA. Because remember, they also found his wife's hair on several things. They need to rule her out, so it needs to be his DNA on these things. Mm-hmm. So it definitely needs to be 100% tied to him. But like we were talking about earlier before we started recording the show, we're recording this on Sunday, August 13th, and tonight on Investigation Discovery. Who else but good old Nancy Grace?
Nancy Grace
is doing a whole special on Rex Hewerman.
Am I saying that right?
Hewerman.
I don't even care. He's a monster.
He is a monster among men. But good old Nancy's trying to get her little 15 minutes of spotlight again. So we have to see what she uncovers in her Investigation Discovery broadcast airing tonight. Set your DVRs for everybody who's hearing this in the future.
Right, you would have think this dude was already convicted.
You would have think this thing is cut, dry, closed, sentenced.
It is it's done, man. It's in the books.
There is apparently enough investigation that this man is going. He is going the fuck away.
Yeah, they're confident about it.
Yeah, they were being. There's some interviews going around. There was I'm trying to think who it was. I think it's one of the sheriffs who was involved in his arrest. Mm-hmm. But he was saying that this is Suffolk County Police Commissioner Rodney Harrison. They said I can't talk about if he was preparing to kill again. But he was somebody that was still engaging in activity that was that was disturbing. But be it his internet searches, be it engaging in other activities that he shouldn't be engaging in, that's something I was very, very passionate about regarding. We need to see what his lifestyle is. He said one of the intense surveillance leading up to his arrest. So yeah, this guy, he's saying Harrison defended calling him a predator, or he said he called him a demon that walks among us and a predator. And he defended that at a press conference recently. He's like, "Yeah, I'm definitely confident why I said that. I've seen some shit." Yeah. But I did see where the prosecutors and the defendants were. I think it was they were given 8 terabytes of evidence to look over. It's like if you got 8 terabytes,
holy shit,
you are fucked,
dude. I got an 8 terabyte hard drive that I've had for years, and I've been putting podcast stuff on it for, like I say, at least 3 or 4 years. And I don't think we're even at 2 terabytes yet.
Yeah, so I was saying, if there's 8 terabytes of evidence they need to look through, there's some devastating shit in there. There is so much shit in there. Like, that's not just like that's not the raw data. That's not like here's all the data we gathered and here's what you need to comb through to find information.
Is gonna be.
Yeah, it's like this is 8 terabytes of evidence, not of just information. It's like holy shit. Howard, you gotta get a pretty big defense team now. You better hire some interns, some paralegals who are working overtime this week.
Right.
But yeah, it's like it's not just one, several. There may be more. I didn't say, but there may be more. If family members have a problem with me calling him a demon, then I apologize. But I'm sorry. I do definitely think this is our man.
Yeah, that's our guy.
Yeah, he pleaded not guilty last month, but he's like I think his next scheduled court appearance will be on September 27th. So that's going to be his next formal court appearance, and that's for the actual Long Island one. That's not anything that's being brought against him for other states yet. So he's probably going to have some other court appearances in other states if those charges get brought against him.
My man's going to be in court for a while.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a long saga that goes on. This is not going to be a one-and-done type deal. It's
of course not, man. You can't make as much money off of it that way. Are you crazy, Andy?
Well, also, but you can't. It's almost like you want to get closure and justice, but it's also at the same time, it's like if you can just prove that he did those crimes back there, it's like, do you need to go take him all the way back and try him there as well? It's like he's already a convicted serial killer. It's like once he gets,
closure for the families, yeah.
It's like if he gets convicted of being a serial killer, and you can tie him to these things, matching his DNA, matching his MO. It's like, do you need to go back and try him again in Las Vegas? It's like, nope, just add to his sentence. He's already going away from prison. You clarified it. You know it was him. It's like, I don't know. It's like, this is going to have to be somebody who is going to have multiple trials, which is going to cost a bunch of money, a bunch of time.
He'll be in prison. He'll still be going to trial for shit.
Oh, yeah. This is not something that's going to be a, over and done with case. We're going to have to see how this thing stretches out for a long time, which does suck for us as trying to cover, or everyone trying to cover this case.
Can you imagine being on that jury?
No.
I bet some people would like it, though.
Yeah, everybody.
They'd be like Toby on The Office when he got to be on the Scranton Strangler jury and he bragged about it for years.
Well, that's just because Toby had nothing else interesting in his life to talk about.
Well, Toby is the Scranton Strangler, though.
That's we don't talk about that. Oh. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's probably a lot of people who are just being like, ooh, serial killer, you say? Oh, damn it, out. It's like everybody's being like, ooh, I want to do it. Nope, out. Because some people who are going to be excited about this. But yeah. This has been in the news for a long time, especially around the Long Island area. It's going to be hard to find someone who has not heard about the Long Island serial killing.
Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, they were also saying that they were asking if he was going to be charged with some other bodies that were found on Ocean Parkway. They said I can't tell you at this time. Harrison maintained that the death of Shannon Gilbert, the Jersey City woman whose May 2010 disappearance sparked the bodies, was a horrible accident. Yeah. It says, myself and the investigators assigned to the homicide squad still believe that it was just an incident where she ran into the marsh and unfortunately drowned that horrible day. So they're still saying that was most likely an accident. Maybe. We did
an episode on Strange and Unexplained on Shannon Gilbert, if you guys want to check that out. Strange and Unexplained, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's one of the earlier ones. I would say it's top 20 episodes.
Something along those lines,
It's pretty early on.
Yeah, it's a case that definitely has some hearsay, back and forth, conflicting evidence. Where one autopsy says cause of death was this, a second autopsy says cause of death was this, a cause of death was strangulation,
and just the sequence of events leading up to it, and the people's doors she knocked on. She made contact with so many people that night. It's a very interesting case. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and really now that we know that there was a serial killer active right there, it's like it seemingly more and more might be pointing towards, I think you may have gotten that evidence or that autopsy wrong.
Yeah.
This girl might have been another one of his victims.
Yeah, it could have been just the killing went awry and he did something different.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Dang, sometimes things do just go error-y. Nice. Error-y? Sorry, that is just I'm never going to stop saying error-y, and that's it's just a long-standing inside joke where a friend of mine apparently was struggling reading the word awry. It's just like, things went error-y? Error-y. The hell are you saying? That's a rye, buddy. Apparently, a rye. Okay.
All right. So now everyone can enjoy you saying that now.
It's like, I'd never actually seen it spelled out before. It's just, it's not what I thought.
Hey, that happens a lot.
There's a lot of words the first time you see them spelled out. You're like, that's how you spell that?
Yeah.
No way. No way.
If that's not still happening to you, you're not reading enough.
You're not looking at enough actual words. You're just having people tell you how things are pronounced.
That's right.
But Michael, I do want to talk about our next story here, because this next story, we're going to drop Rex Hewerin for now. There's probably going to be some more information that comes out over the next 2 weeks when we take our little break here to finish up our summer stuff. But there was something that's been going on in our little local area that I was just so giddy about when I first heard about it. And now, yesterday...
Honestly, I think it's some bullshit, Andy.
You calling bull on this story?
Yeah, I am.
You calling bull?
I'm calling straight bull on this.
Oh, you punny little man. Because Michael was very aware of this story too. But if you follow the news anywhere close to North Carolina in Charlotte, there was a 900-pound longhorn bull on the loose through Charlotte neighborhoods.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Everyone's freaking out about it.
Now, we do this in Spain every year. What are you talking about?
It's just one bull.
This is just one. What are you talking about?
Yeah, jump behind a car. Get out of the way.
There was one guy's like, this is my chance. I can never afford to go to Spain. I'm just going to go slap it and run like hell.
It's like years later. He's telling everybody at the family get-together, man, when I ran with the bulls.
You ran from a bull.
That was on Brookshire, David. That does not count.
Right, you were with nothing. He was chasing you because you slapped him. You hit him with your car. I don't know why he's all of a sudden with the Boston with that accent.
I know, right?
You hit him with your car, David. That's why he's chasing you. You weren't running with, you were running from. but a 900-pound longhorn bull that eluded police and other searchers since Monday met its end on a Charlotte street Friday night, killed by a hired hunter. Which just made me think it was like a
there
local.
Was plenty of those around.
It was like a local Jaws story. Just imagine this guy was like Quint from Jaws, like, I can take out the bull for you, give you the horns, the haunches, the tail, the tongue, the whole together. You just let me take the teeth. Like just some kind of creepy guy, like, let me take his soul. You just let me take his eyes. I'll get you the bull.
Here, you got some bull problem.
Yeah, there was some hunter who was just waiting, like, please, 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 please. There's plenty of local hunters who are just chomping at the bit to get to chase a 900-pound longhorn bull. That's the best
like
trophy they were going to
find. Some of that
find.
steak, man. I tell you that. That's some good fresh steak. I hope that didn't go to waste.
Oh no, I doubt it did. But police did cite the owner of the bull for failing to restrain an animal and for creating a nuisance, according to a news release from CMPD. A lead animal control officer had been assigned to investigate permits, licenses, or agriculture exceptions, police said in the release.
All bulls got to be on a leash, man.
Must have your bull.
If you're going to take your bull out, it's got to be on a leash.
Preferably a harness.
Not on one of those retractable ones.
No. Please pick up after your bulls.
Please pick up all of the bullshit.
Yeah, the animal control spokesperson did say the owner had killed the bull, but she corrected that and offered more details about the bull's final moments. Apparently, a hunter did come and shoot the bull for the owner. Okay. And then the owner did come up and finally put the bull out of the misery. That was about 7:45 on Old Moores Chapel Road in Charlotte. Oh. So yeah, they were the officers from the CMPD were already there, and the owner of the bull was contacted.
Dude, that is barely in Charlotte.
It's
like 25 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's like the boonies of Charlotte.
You could have easily ran here.
You could have had a bull, Michael. If you would have been on top of these things, you could have had this yourself.
Could have lured him down here.
Load him up on that trailer back there. Give him give him a homemade brownie or two.
Yeah.
Put that by here. Just put him right to sleep in the back.
Right to sleep. You just lay down, buddy.
Here, buddy. Why don't you have some of these cookies I made? Why don't you have these cookies? All right. Why don't you just lay down here, lay down in my trailer. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we should have went and checked that out.
Yeah, I just imagine this. It kind of it made me think of that local bear they've been charging through. It was like Lake Tahoe or something, like a giant Frank the Tank bear or something.
Oh yeah,
or Hank the Tank. Yeah, we had this just fucking 900-pound bull running through neighborhoods in Charlotte over the past few days. I was like, this is gonna be great. And the pictures of it with the neighborhoods it was in, we were talking. That thing could have gone just through every single house without even stopping.
Yeah, man. The way they throw up these houses nowadays in these neighborhoods, they could go right through them.
Yeah, it was in one of those cookie cutter neighborhoods that we were seeing. This thing could have just turned its head and been like, "Oh, what's in there?" Just walking through those horns. It could have just took them right through a door. No chances.
No,
that thing could have flipped a truck. 900-pound bull. That is a massive animal right there.
For real. If it wants to go somewhere, it's going there.
Yeah, I was about to say, like the owner was like, "What do you expect me to do?"
Right?
No, you got guns. You take care of it. I'm not fucking catching that thing. It got out of the pen. It's free now. I'm sorry. Don't you know the rules of bull?
Right.
It got out. It's free now. We don't argue with them after that.
Yeah, Moores Chapel Road. That's kind of right on the verge of some country. I wouldn't really call it inner city Charlotte by any means.
Well, no, this guy was
there's probably some big properties out there.
He was still locally. I mean, he still came from a local ranch, so it's like he couldn't be too inner city Charlotte.
Yeah.
Not having a small little underground ranch.
The way it depicts it is like it's running down freaking in front of Panther Stadium and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's not what's going on.
No,
here.
we didn't have almost international incident of a bull going into some Tiffany's and shit.
It's like something from a cheesy 90s movie.
Absolutely.
Bull running around.
Speaking of cheese, Michael, I do want to talk about our next story.
And I'm just killing the segues
because that was just unfortunately we did lose the bull, but hopefully that bull did not go to waste. But I just love the idea of just a local bull just rampaging through neighborhoods. It's like, you know what? Let it go. It got out. That's free bull. Let that bull go.
But if it is killed, the neighborhood should get to eat it.
I do feel like whatever neighborhood it was caught in gets to enjoy it. Yeah, it's like, no. Finders keepers. We found it.
Beef. Your grass, in fact.
We found it. We keep it. Yeah, if it would just wandered on the wrong property, that would just been somebody else's new bull.
Yeah, for sure.
But Michael, like I said, speaking of cheese, I want to talk about this next story, which I will preface that someone did lose their life in this story.
Oh God!
But this
and with cheese.
But this has got to be the most Italian way to die.
Oh my!
That is possible to ever die.
Let me hear it.
An Italian man was crushed to death under falling wheels of Parmesan cheese.
Oh my gosh!
I mean,
wow.
If there's ever been a way to go,
before it's graded.
If there's ever been a way to go, being crushed to death by Parmesan, that's a way I would choose to go.
Would you?
That's a pretty
crushed. I don't want to be crushed by anything.
I mean, if it's Parmesan cheese, at least you won't die hungry. I mean, you'll die bloated, but still.
You can't eat anything. You're being crushed.
Maybe just biting. Like that Giles Corey from.
Help me!
Yeah, what was that from the Salem witch trials? It's like more weight, more cheese. Get some more cheese.
You said this be enough to kill him. Yeah, but he keeps eating it.
He keeps eating the cheese. It's just going in. But yes, Giacomo Ciparinini, I guess, 74, was buried when a shelf broke in his warehouse in the Lombardy region of Italy. The collapse created a domino effect, bringing down thousands of wheels of cheese, which weighed about 84 pounds each. That's a big wheel of cheese right there. That's a lot of
cheese, man.
That's a whole lot of cheddar right there. But some of the wheels of cheese reportedly fell about 33 feet, a local resident told the Italian media.
Yeah,
and its collapse sounded like thunder.
You get hit with an 80-pound wheel of cheese from 30 feet. Yeah,
you get hit with a shelf. A shelf of 80-pound wheels of cheese. That's like getting hit with a pallet.
So he got crushed by shelving, actually. This is like a horrific warehouse incident.
I mean, but it was still just
happens more than we know.
But this was still just wheels of cheese just stacked up on the. Have you ever seen like cheese storehouses where they just keep all the cheese out to age and stuff?
Haven't. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been in a cheese
not in
store
one, but have you ever seen like how they store cheeses? I'm not expecting you to be in one, but have you ever seen pictures of like where they like make?
I didn't go tour Velveeta.
Where they age cheeses and things.
Yeah.
But speaking to the Italian media, a neighbor described him as a very supportive and generous man. But the warehouse located in Romano di Lombardia, about 50 kilometers east of Milan, contained about 25,000 wheels of hard cheese, which resembles Parmesan and is very popular in Italy. But that is, like I said, that is possibly the most Italian way that a man could die in Italy.
Yeah.
And a 74-year-old Italian man crushed to death by Parmesan cheese. It's like...
Right.
It sounds like an old folk tale. It sounds like a way to lure people away from eating too much cheese.
It does.
It sounds like it's an old like wives' tale. It's like,
it does.
Don't you remember good old Giacomo? He ate too much of the cheese, and then the cheese it crushed him to death. It's like, it's just like that's the most Italian way you could ever die. It's like if there just happened to be a jar of marinara sauce that spilled too. That's like that would have been the icing on the cake.
I think a better lesson would be don't hog the Parmesan cheese, or else you will be crushed by the Parmesan cheese.
This is a lesson when they start grading that Parmesan cheese.
At my table on spaghetti night, hogging the Parmesan cheese is a real issue.
The only thing you're about to catch is some hands being hand over the Parmesan. Oh my God. Get your hands off this cheese.
Your bowl looks like a snow globe. Pass it over here. Jesus Christ.
It's the fucking Alps now. Yeah, that's why all I could imagine was those Olive Garden guys just grating that cheese. Just more cheese.
Say when.
I'm literally burying you in cheese. It's crushing you to death. You are
grated cheese.
With Parmesan cheese. You
get crushed by grated Parmesan cheese.
Hey,
it's not even mad. I'm impressed.
Still 84 pounds of cheese.
Some confined area.
84 pounds of cheese is 84 pounds of cheese.
That's true. That's a lot of cheese.
It's a whole lot of cheddar.
Yeah, you put it in a bag. Boom, concrete.
It's a big bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got two more stories for us here, Michael, to kind of end off this little summer hiatus we're about to take for a few weeks.
All right.
But this right here was this next story, pretty scary encounter, but just turned out to be almost heartwarming to say in some aspects.
Okay.
Because
I'm intrigued.
You know how you go into your grandma's house and she always wants to fill your belly with something. Yeah. Oh, you look skinny. Yeah, have you eaten today? I made 3 lasagnas last night. And I just want to know if you want just the stereotypical elderly grandma who wants to feed a house guest.
Right.
A U.S. woman, 87, fights off a teenage home intruder and then gives him snacks while she called the police.
Oh my gosh.
Marjorie Perkins of Maine realized a 17-year-old was awfully hungry after defending herself against him and called 911 while he was eating. I just imagine that phone call of like, oh no, it's okay. I mean, I already he's full. He's taking a nap now. He seems pretty. I tucked him in. It's okay. Like the idea, like the first lines, like the household matriarch who insists on feeding visitors, especially young ones, stands amongst the most enduring of U.S. stereotypes. Yeah. So it's like, yep, grandma wants to send you home full. Absolutely.
Wow.
But this 87-year-old woman was fighting off a teenager who broke into her home and then decided to give him snacks when he said he was hungry as she sent him on his way. Marjorie Perkins is the center of one of the state's latest strange tales to come out while she was sleeping at her home at about 2 a.m. on July 26 when she awoke and saw a 17-year-old boy who she knew he used to cut her grass when he was younger.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot more.
He was standing over her and said, "I'm going to cut you," according to what she said. So I thought to myself, if he's going to cut, I'm going to kick. So the former elementary school teacher stood up casually and began putting on her shoes, but then started being hit by the teen intruder. She said Perkins somewhat slowed the attack by grabbing a chair and using it as a shield and screamed for help, but no one was around to assist her. The teen pushed her, repeatedly punched her, landing at least one blow on her forehead and left a pretty significant bruise. Perkins kicked him and with the chair blocking him from getting closer, the boy eventually grew tired and just left her alone and went to the kitchen. And he's just like, man, fuck this. I'm getting a snack.
Fighting is a lot of work. People don't realize it.
I need a snack. Fucking out of energy, man. You got any like protein bars or something? But the boy eventually grew tired. That's when she realized he wasn't wearing pants or shoes. And that does take it a little dark right here. He had piled them up next to a knife that belonged to him and Perkins' window air conditioning unit, which he had removed to create a gap in the window so he could come in. Whoa. She told him he needed to get out, who had locked her front door, and told the boy, "You need help." According to Perkins, he said the boy told her he was awfully hungry and hadn't eaten anything for a while. Perkins responded by handing him a box of peanut butter and honey crackers. She also gave him 2 tangerines and a pair of Ensure protein shake containers. The teen accepted her offerings and began eating some of them. While the boy was distracted, she grabbed her phone, and I'm not making this up, a rotary phone, and dialed 911 as fast as she could. As fast as the phone could. Right. The boy, however, did leave before police arrived, but officers tracked him down a few blocks later with the help of a police dog. Yeah. So they did arrest him on counts of burglary and criminal threatening, but he also faces a count of consuming liquor as a minor because he had a water bottle full of vodka on him when he was arrested. So yeah, it does seem like a very confused, drunk teenager who may have been possibly about to commit a sexual assault with the idea of not wearing pants or shoes when she woke up. But it just seems like he was very intoxicated to an extent. Like he's very hungry. Yeah. He doesn't really know where he is. It seems like
maybe he was thinking if he killed her, he didn't want anything getting on his pants or shoes because you could always take your shirt off and like ditch it, right? But you can't run around with no pants and shoes.
Yeah, you can't just Winnie
from the crime scene, but you can run away with pants. Pants and shoes.
I mean, I guess that might be something, but he didn't have the knife when he woke her up. The knife was still sitting off to the side, like with his pants and shoes. Yeah. So it's like, was he really going to cut her, or was he going to threaten her with it, or was he going to assault her? We don't really know yet. They did say that Perkins told them that she hopes the boy has offered help, said that he would do a darn good job when he mowed her lawn back about 10 years ago. So that kid was mowing her yard at 7 years old. Jesus. It's a fucking hoss, I guess. But she said she was thankful she had not been hurt or worse, but she spoke to the Times, made it a point to urge people to make sure their window air conditioning units are properly secured. I know it's fucking hot everywhere else right now. Yeah. Her neighbor had also given her a bat for protection now.
Nice.
Get that Walking Dead style, wrapping in barbed wire.
There you go.
Get you a good old Lucille.
Lucille, exactly.
I dare them to break in now.
Very discouraging to people when they see someone holding a Lucille.
Especially if you're 87 years old.
Unless they have a gun.
I mean, if you're an 87-year-old person holding a barbed wire bat, you've clearly got nothing to lose. That's going to terrify someone. It's like, oh, they're not scared of jail.
They're
not scared of death or jail.
Nope. You get to that point.
They've got nothing left to lose. It's cowabunga, I guess.
That's right. That's why you don't pick a fight with an old person. They're too old to fight.
There's a lot of I love seeing some of those like clips of old people who get picked on and they just fucking level somebody. Like you always see those nice clips of like an ex-boxer who gets picked on or something and just beats the fuck out of some young dickhead.
I heard a feel-good story when I was working in Vegas. I remember I used to listen to local radio all the time. And it was actually an older gentleman in Texas who was attacked by a mountain lion in his driveway. He was 78 years old, and he choked that sumbitch to death. He killed the fucking mountain lion.
That is...
It was like a 75-pound cat.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that's... I can imagine just one of those, like... I just see him as like an old Navy vet or something. Yeah. Like some old... He was just like... I guarantee he had like a veteran hat on. I haven't built this alive in years, you son of a bitch. He was just sitting out in his driveway. Like I said, I guarantee he had like a veteran hat on, just like, come into my neighborhood.
Try me.
Try me. Just he probably,
like Clint Eastwood.
He probably had a gun. And he was just like, tink, just drops all the bullets out. Like, just like Mr. Nobody or whatever. Just, let's do this. I got nothing else but patience.
Right? I mean, if one jumps on top of you, that's about the only chance you got, you know?
I mean, yeah, I've seen a few
he didn't come out unscathed, but still, he killed that thing.
I've seen a few old men who have definitely fought their way out of some of those situations. Like I saw a guy got mauled by a bear and fought his way out of it. Didn't get killed, but didn't kill the bear, but definitely was just like punched his way out of getting mauled by a bear.
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus Christ, you're like 75 years old. I probably would have just pissed myself. I would have just soiled myself and hope I got annoyed.
Be surprised, man, what fighting back will do.
I know, but
against anything.
It's a bear.
Yeah, for real.
But it's, like I said, this woman right here, it just, not only did she first fight back pretty severely, plus just I love the idea of just her casually being like, whew, well, I'm about to fuck you up, just cracking her neck, being like, all right, let me get these kicking boots on.
Let me get these New Balance on. I'm going to kick your ass.
I'm about to put these steel toes on, put my gardening galoshes on. About to put one of these Crocs up your ass.
These Crocs in sport mode. You're in trouble, buddy.
Hey, nothing flipping off these ankles. Michael, I got one more story for you for this last little Shenanigans episode. And this one was it was not only just the worst case of luck, but it just had me kind of giggling at the same time because everyone is okay in this story. But it just, have you ever seen the movie SLC Punk back in the day with Matt Lillard?
I have not.
Okay, well, it's an old indie kind of really gritty punk movie.
Yeah.
And there's a guy in the movie who cuts his hand really bad, and then he finally goes to the doctor after just wrapping it in a t-shirt for months, and then he gets diagnosed with some like weird disease. And then he's like, "Doctors don't even know what to call it. I got a new disease. It's a new thing. I don't know." But that's what this reminded me of right here.
That has happened, right?
Yes, because a man was bitten by a stray cat. Contracts an infectious bacteria unknown to science.
That is
terrifying.
It's probably alien bacteria.
I imagine
cat's an alien.
It's a flurkin.
Like Men in Black.
It's like the flurkin from Captain Marvel. That's what the picture they showed looked like. Looks like the flurkin from Captain Marvel.
I don't.
But yeah, it could be the cat. Like got Orion's belt. Galaxy is on Orion's belt. Got some alien bacteria in this cat. But in the United Kingdom, a 48-year-old who was bit by a stray feline ended up contracting a species of bacterium that scientists had never seen before. His immune system response to the foreign microorganism was a doozy. 8 hours after receiving multiple bites from a stray cat. Quit fucking with that cat. If a cat has enough time to bite you multiple times, stop fucking with that cat.
Yeah, or fuck that cat up.
It's a stray cat.
If it's already bit you, like, slam that cat, man.
Kick that cat. You got feet.
Who lets a cat bite him more than once?
It's not even your cat. That's the thing. If this was your cat and you're trying to force it to take some medicine or something, but this is a stray fucking cat.
Different. A cat just attacking you for no reason?
Fuck the cat up.
Obviously, it has some type of disease.
It's like the rage virus from 28 Days Later. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, shit. Yep.
That rage virus from the apes they were experimenting on.
It would start in Britain, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. This rage stray cat just bites some man. I was like, oh, this is how it starts. 28 days later, baby. About to see the Great Britain get quarantined off.
Oh, God.
But after just 8 hours of receiving multiple bites, the man's hands had swollen to such a great extent that he took himself to the emergency department. And if you see the pictures of his hands and stuff, his wrist swells up to almost like his wrist is like the size of like the MMA fighter gloves when they tape up their hands and stuff.
Yes.
Like his wrist swelled up intensely.
And the top of his hand.
His fingers swelled up to like giant sized compared to the rest of his fingers. And like definitely the skin around it got like almost like brownish. It definitely turned like a darker shade of skin tone.
Yeah.
Almost red with some clearly agitation to it. But yeah, like if you got bit by a cat and your hand started doing this, I could absolutely imagine you being like, I need to go somewhere. This is how rabies starts. About to be Cujo.
Yeah, right. Maybe it's just allergic to cats.
That's what they probably thought as well, too. But back at the hospital, doctors were busy trying to figure out what exactly had happened. When they analyzed the microorganisms present to sample his wounds, they found an unrecognizable streptococcus-like organism. So streptococcus, like strep throat and stuff.
Yeah.
It's also meningitis, bacterial pneumonia, pink eye. They're kind of the same thing. They're linked to that.
Makes sense.
The research sequence part of this bacteria's genome, it did not match any strains on record. This was a new germ that scientists had never formally documented before. As it turns out, the bacteria belonged to a genus of gram-positive bacteria called Globacatella.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Globacatella? I'm going to go, keep it that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to try and get too much into the actual biology of this.
Thank God.
But yeah, this is a distinct and previously undescribed species of this bacteria. It's because most of the time is resistant to several common types of antibiotics. It can be difficult to eradicate from the body. Thankfully, this new strain that has been discovered has so far responded well to at least some antibiotics, but the story holds a very real warning for the public. Like this report highlights the role of cats as reservoirs of yet more undiscovered species of bacteria that are dangerous to human potential. So this is something they were kind of talking about like the bubonic plague being carried by rats and things.
Right,
Like these animals can carry bacteria that we possibly have not even found yet, not even discovered yet.
Obviously.
Because new species of bacteria can develop in other animals that wouldn't have developed in humans. But then it can then spread to humans.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently their main source of advice is stop fucking with cats.
Yeah. Don't fuck with cats. Isn't there a documentary
There's
about
a whole documentary. Don't fuck with cats.
Doesn't have anything to do with this, really.
Especially stray cats. Jesus Christ. The cat bites and scratches that puncture the skin cause apparently 66,000 visits to the emergency department in the United States. But seriously, like all animals, including cats, can harbor some seriously bad pathogens, and the fact that they have potentially pointy teeth, which means they can just stick it deep into your skin.
Great.
Yeah, so I'll stop fucking with stray cats. But the fact that this was just a random stray cat biting someone on the street and then getting to go to the doctor. Could you imagine just being that guy being like, yeah, I got bit by a cat and now look at my hand?
Right.
Just the doctor's being like, oh, Jesus. What kind of fucking cat was that?
Right.
Did you get a picture of the cat? Like, this thing.
Is it foaming at the mouth?
What's a fucking cat have scales? What the fuck? Does cat have an antenna? Jesus.
Red eyes?
Did you get bit by a familiar? What the hell?
Did it have pupils?
this cat have hands? What the fuck? Yeah, this guy's hand is damn near gross to me. But yeah, just imagine going in and being told, we don't know what that is. That's it's gross.
Like,
I'll tell you that.
Give me some dang antibiotics.
Yeah, we can tell you it's icky. It's not pretty. But we don't. We put it in the system, and it broke.
Yeah,
it just died. I don't know what to tell you.
Good luck with that. We can wrap it up for you and get you some. Let us know what happens.
How about you just tell us what happens? Keep us updated. This is kind of interesting. Like
maybe try some different stuff.
Like who knows? Maybe get a superpower.
You know what? I'm gonna write you a prescription for all kinds of medications that it might be.
You know what?
And you just take them all and just see what works.
How about you give it 2 weeks and tell me if you develop any kind of superpowers? See if you're the next Catman.
Right.
Start turning into Wolverine or some kind of shit. I don't know. See what happens.
What? And he fainted.
And he's got sepsis. Okay, we need to get that hand off there.
Let's go ahead.
Obviously not a mutant cat, but something wrong here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that would be my first thought is just going in there and be like, apparently you got bit by something and we don't know what you got. It's like, I'm gonna turn into a mutant, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm about to be Jeff Goldblum's The Fly, aren't I?
Yeah.
About to be the cat.
Well, at least you have an interesting story,
Yeah, my superhero origin story. That's probably what that guy was thinking the whole time. It's like, yes,
finally,
this is my superhero origin story.
You don't even know what
this is. How it happened. Why can't I feel my left arm? Like, what's wrong with my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
I can't feel anything. But thankfully, so far, everybody's all right. Antibiotics hopefully will continue to work on this so far. But yeah, stop fucking with stray animals.
That's right.
They're gonna bite you.
Exactly. And that's where we'll wrap it up, Andy. That's great advice. Don't fuck with stray animals. They're gonna bite you.
Don't fuck with cats, baby.
It's not if, it's when. If you just keep fucking with stray animals, they're gonna bite you.
Don't do it.
All right.
Don't boop the snoop.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, like we said, we're going to see you guys on September 6th. We're going to take a couple weeks off, get everything ready, get our new set. The cameras might look a little different. The set might look a little different. But we're very excited about coming back with TCG proper September 6th, guys. We're going to be doing some cult shit.
Yes, we are, baby. About time to make those patches all mean something.
That's right.
Gotta be a resurgence.
All over again. It's been a while since we've done cults. Although I really do. I think fondly around all the cult episodes we've done, like Heaven's Gate, Jim Jones. They really are some of the funnest episodes that we've done.
I think the cult episodes really do hit with us really well because of our strict religious background and upbringing and the environments that we grew up in around here.
Yeah.
It's like we start seeing a lot of similarities and think it's like, no way, they said that to us too. What the fuck?
Wow.
Wait a minute.
I guess I bought it. Yeah, it's a good point.
I see where they got that. I see where he got that. See where he got that idea.
That's right.
I remember that passage.
All right, guys. Well, like we said, over the next 2 weeks, if you guys miss us, there's always patreon.com/truecrimeguys, where for just $5 a month, you can get access to everything that we have ever created. That storage on that site has got to be getting ridiculous right now.
Yeah, we got to get Amazon.
But they don't say anything about it. They don't say anything about it. They just let us keep throwing stuff on there. So we're just going to keep doing it. Again, guys, there's a link to Patreon right below the description of this episode. Also, be sure to check out our sponsors, Oh My Gaia and Tonic CBD. There are links and discount codes as well right below the description of this Headlines and Shenanigans. Like I said, guys, we'll see you guys in about 2 weeks with brand new episodes. And until then, be sure to subscribe on Patreon and follow us on all social medias to be updated when new stuff's happening.
Absolutely, guys.
All right. You got anything else, Andy?
I do not. Let's get the AC cranking back up in here.
Let's do it. All right, guys. You guys keep creeping. We'll see ya.
Bye. If you've enjoyed this episode, please feel free to check out all the other shows on our TCG network, as well as subscribing to our YouTube channel. Starting every Monday with new episodes of Strange and Unexplained, followed every other Tuesday by our audio drama podcast, Sandu Stories. Then, of course, new episodes of True Crime Guys every Wednesday. And if that's not enough, head on over to our Patreon, where you can have access to hundreds of hours of exclusive content, including older episodes, strange shorts, the latest edition of Sandu Stories, and, of course, higher thoughts. But until next time, guys, keep creeping.
You hush your mouth, boy.